The saddest part of this tragedy is that all of these horrible changes are being done in the name of patriotism and protecting freedom. They are justified by good intentions while believing the sacrifice of liberty is required for our safety. Nothing could be further from the truth.
An armed man is a citizen, a disarmed man is a subject. Now check the world we're living in, the kind of place where a rep can conceal carry. But the idea of you doing the same is quite scary. It might vary depending upon affiliation. Make no mistake, the objective is to disarm the nation. It's hard to face that your fellow humans concede degree, but please believe the best type of slave is one who believes he's free. It used to be you could control 1 million people, now it's easier to kill.
Is there that having people carrying pistols, citizens carrying pistols, help me? What, can you give me an example?
Well, only you can help you by carrying a pistol.
In the last 10 years.
But only you can help you.
You're right. Sir.
Okay.
But you're submitting here that you having a pistol is
I'm
in some way going to be helpful to me.
I'm submitting to you that me having a pistol is not a threat to you.
Okay.
That's what I'm submitting to you.
Well, so
I don't argue
if
very well, so you're
ever
talking to the right guy, sir.
If there were ever an incident of somebody who had a pistol like you and shot somebody else inadvertently, then that would be
You mean like the
true.
police?
No, I mean like a citizen who had a pistol.
But on what I'm
shot
telling
somebody accidentally.
Okay.
That would be bad.
That
right?
that happens, yes, and it would be bad.
So, and if you own a pistol, for example, what is the likelihood that you will shoot somebody in your household as opposed to
0.
someone else?
That's funny. I've had guns in my whole household my entire life, and I've never been shot.
It might be true for you, but if you do surveys and look at that, you find in fact that the likelihood of somebody in your household being shot is far exceeds.
Well, if you also look at the data, if you have a knife in your house, you're more likely to get stabbed. If you have a pool, you're more likely to drown. If you have a step, you're more likely to fall. If you have a car, you're more likely to get into a car accident. If you drink soda, you're more likely to choke. So I mean, we can play that game.
No, the argument you're making is because people get married before they die in general. Marriage is the cause of death.
That's exactly what you're trying to say.
That's not what I'm saying.
You're saying that because there's a gun, the likelihood that I'm going to get shot with it.
If you look in the New England Journal in 1986, they did a study looking at holders of weapons permits in the state of Massachusetts, and those who held weapons permits were more likely to shoot somebody in their household than they were to shoot somebody else.
Do you realize in Texas that this isn't Massachusetts, first of all? Second, Texas, the rate of conviction of that happening with license holders is 0.03%.
Where did you get that
public
data?
information.
You can go to the Department of Public Safety. The Department of Public Safety website. Go to the
0.3%.
yes, 0.3%.
Of what occurring?
No, 0.03%.
Of what?
6 or 7 times less.
Say again?
Likely. Of what occurring? What percentage of what?
Of all crimes,
Any
any crime, misdemeanor or higher.
You're saying that if you own a pistol, you're less likely to be
No,
involved
if you're
in
a
crime?
concealed carry holder.
Yes. No, I'm saying if you have a concealed carry, if you have a license, you are less likely to be involved in a
I'm
crime.
not talking
20
about
years
being
apart.
involved in a crime. I'm talking about shooting somebody.
That's a crime.
Well,
Unless it's in self-defense.
I'll be glad to look that up.
It's public
Please do.
info. It really is.
I got it, man.
If that's true, I'd be glad to look
No, you'll read it and you'll be like,
Just go to the Department of Public Safety. They put out these numbers every year.
What they're looking for is a number who involved in a crime. The number of licensed commit crimes.
yeah, that's true too.
That commit crimes.
Yes. And does the presence of a gun create a hazard? Yes. So does the presence of a staircase. So does the presence of a pool. So does the presence of a knife. No, but if you're gonna argue one, if you're gonna create a causal link between an object and an action, you have to create a causal link between all objects and all actions. You can't just focus laser on a firearm.
Listen to me carefully.
Because people with knives.
You cited your article, or your proof. And your proof is a statistic from the Texas Department of Public Safety. Is that right?
Yes.
I'm glad to look that up. Look up my proof.
Yeah. No, I've read your study. I don't know if it was the 1986 study. I think there was a more recent one that said the exact same thing. But the point of that.
So in what way do you refute that?
I'm not saying I refute that. I'm saying that it's a no duh. It's a no duh argument. I wouldn't have had to even do a study to tell you that if there's a gun in the home, there's a chance you're going to get shot by it. Just like
More likely somebody within the household.
Yeah, you gotta have them.
Not
yes,
somebody outside of the household.
exactly.
Putatively,
Just
the
like
reason why you have
just like if I have a grandfather clock in my house, it's more likely to fall on me than if I didn't have a grandfather clock. I mean, yes, there's a risk to everything we do. There's a risk for me putting my tie on too tight and asphyxiating myself.
But that risk is trivial.
And so is the risk of having a gun in a household. Yes, it is.
Look at that
It is
article and see
trivial.
how high- see
It
how
is
high the
trivial.
numbers are.
The,
The
okay,
numbers aren't trivial.
Yeah, cool. And I think
the
Another thing is, you can look,
you know what
for
the numbers
example-
say? The numbers say you're 27 times more likely to be killed when there's a gun in the house than when you're not by a gun. Well, duh. I know the numbers. I argue the numbers every day. I founded this organization. I got the campus carry law passed. I got the open carry law passed.
And you did it because you're doing good.
I am allowing
You're doing good.
I am allowing students and faculty to defend
And the
themselves.
strength that you're doing good is that you look at the Department of Public Safety things about concealed carry operators, and they have a lower crime rate than others.
I am absolutely, and they also have.
That doesn't allow for what you're advocating, which is ultimately
You're talking about a 1986 study out of Massachusetts, sir. We're in Texas. You find me a study in Texas, and we can argue over that. I'm not an NRA member, so I don't give a damn what the NRA says.
Well, but they've stopped researching it.
It's not the NRA's job. That's not the NRA's job.
It's a public health hazard.
It's not the NRA's job. That's not their mission. You know, we have a four-pronged mission statement. I lose my nonprofit status if I do anything outside of my mission statement. Anything. So it's the same with the NRA. Why is it the NRA's job? You know, if the gun
I don't wish to argue that.
No, if
I'm
the
not interested.
but if the anti-gun
I am
argument
interested.
wants these studies, then the anti-guns can fund it. Why aren't they funding it? Why does the NRA have to fund it? I mean, Bloomberg's got billions.
My point too. My point is, it's hard for you to come up with an example. Were this a good idea to carry concealed weapons? You could easily come up with an example where carrying a concealed weapon was beneficial to others than those who had the concealed weapon.
Oh, that's easy. That's easy. It happens every day.
Give me one.
Go onto our Open Carry Texas page. I just shared one yesterday where a person was being armed in a parking lot and was shot by another person. So there you go. Boom. You can go onto our Open Carry Texas Facebook page, and we share story after story after story.
Again, these are unsubstantiated stories.
No.
Mailed in.
No, these are news media stories.
That doesn't prove anything.
Yeah, it doesn't. That doesn't prove anything. The fact that you ban guns and people still get shot, I mean, that doesn't fit the narrative. So don't bring that up. Yeah, don't. That doesn't fit their narrative, so they won't.
TJ, the bottom line of both arguments is there's 330 million firearms in this country.
Yeah.
They're not going away.
Yeah.
It doesn't,
Yeah, they do.
it doesn't
So you don't
matter
support an
anything
assault
you
weapons
do or
ban?
say, They're not going away.
Then you do want to take away guns.
But nobody's going to go out your house and
Doesn't
get
rally.
Wait, but if you have an assault weapons ban, how are you gonna?
It's not going to sell anymore, bud.
What about the guys that have them? What are you gonna do?
Nothing to do with that.
But if it's a ban,
I presume you're going to vote in. What are you using your assault weapon for? What
I don't have an assault weapon. I don't own an assault
what
weapon.
function do you use that for?
It's not a bill of needs, sir.
What
Right.
do you use it for?
I don't need
Self-defense.
it. I don't need it, sir.
You don't need it.
No, I don't need it.
But you want to have it.
I don't need it.
How much does it cost you?
I forgot.
Very good.
It cost me. Take care of yourself, sir.
you
Thanks
too.
for the discussion. Would you agree that that was a pretty confrontational discussion?
That wasn't that bad.
So, did anyone get shot?
No.
I mean, so is a stressful situation like that really going to cause people to get? I mean, if he didn't get shot, wasn't the argument that you can't engage in discussion and argument and debate without getting shot if we allow?
I wasn't paying attention.
That's the debate.
I wasn't paying
The
attention.
debate is that students can no longer debate because if someone who disagrees will just whip out their gun and start shooting.
No, the easy shutdown. He's like, da-da-da, you need it? I don't need it.
Yeah.
I can't say shit. You just see me got pissed. It's like I'm walking out.
The saddest part of this tragedy is that all these horrible changes are being done in the name of patriotism and protecting freedom. They are justified by good intentions while believing the sacrifice of liberty is required for our safety. Nothing could be further from the truth.
An armed man is a citizen, a disarmed man is a subject. Now check the world we're living in. The kind of place where a rep can conceal carry, but the idea of you doing the same is quite scary. It might vary depending upon affiliation. Make no mistake, the objective is to disarm the nation. It's hard to face that your fellow humans concede to greed, but please believe the best type of slave is one who believes he's free. It used to be you could control 1 million people, now it's easier to kill 1 million quick than to be peaceful. So we the people need to rise out of the zombie state, see through the lies and past the color of Obama's face. I'm on the case for those who can't express the desperation, and for the record I ain't stopping till they stomp my face in. I pledge allegiance to the US Constitution and hope we prosecute these politicians for its prostitution. It's either live free or die, so I don't ask why. I just know we running out of time. So put your fists in the sky if your mind is like mine and you won't go calm into the night. It's either live free or die, so I don't ask why. I just know we running out of time. So put your fists in the sky if your mind is like mine and you won't go calm into the night. Beauty of the Second Amendment is that it won't be needed until they try to take it from residents. Already been taken from veterans. So how long you think it'll take before they coming for your next of kin? 2,700 mine-resistant trucks and 7,000 automatic weapons in the midst of cuts. Add 2 billion hollow points and we're just supposed to trust that you can't use them in war, but they're really not for us. In God we trust, not the government incorporated. They're killing innocents at our expense, of course we're hated. We need our country back today, I say no more debating. Close the door on hatred, take the reins and change the course we're taking. With every day that passes by, I'm seeing more awaken. They're waking up to see the dollar as it's more inflated. Then if you criticize the president, then you're a racist. Make the connection, once you do, you'll see the correlation. It's either live free or die, so I don't ask why. I just know we running out of time. So put your fists in the sky if your mind is like mine and you won't go calm into the night. It's either live free or die, so I don't ask why. I just know we running out of time. So put your fists in the sky if your mind is like mine and you won't go calm into the night. All you need for evil to succeed is for good men to do nothing, and that statement stands true indeed. How many congressmen and women turn their heads and sign the NDAA without reading what it said? Then the geoengineering chemtrails over our heads while Monsanto tests genetics and control of what we're fed. All the while Ben Bernanke runs the Fed, a private company whose policies to work us till we're dead. The empire of the city's no conspiracy. Don't take my word, do some research if you've been hearing me. Cause once you do, I'll bet my life it'll be clear to see that evil men have pulled the strings throughout our history. Now that we know it's time to raise our fists and take a stand, the only way to make a change is stand and face the sham. This isn't just America that we've been fighting for. This is for freedom, every man, woman, and child born. It's either live free or die, so I don't ask why. I just know we running out of time. So put your fists in the sky if your mind is like mine and you won't go calm into the night. It's either live free or die, so I don't ask why. I just know we running out of time. So put your fists in the sky if your mind is like mine and you won't go calm into the night.
The last nail is being driven into the coffin of the American Republic. Yet Congress remains in total denial as our liberties are rapidly fading before our eyes. The process is propelled by unwarranted fear and ignorance as to the true meaning of liberty. It is driven by economic myths, fallacies, and irrational good intentions. The rule of law is constantly rejected, and authoritarian answers are offered as panaceas for all our problems.